In typical fashion, I forgot the second half of that thought, so let me at least start it before I set myself down on this path. I was talking about pride in the last episode about, like, because I'm pretty sure in 8th grade I took, it was either 40 or 140 days off of school, and I was still allowed to pass. And that's why when I got to high school,
Batman, what's happening?
when I got to high
Joker's
school
escaped.
and I
He
heard
sealed himself
that,
off.
like, you
He's got
only
your
get
father.
6 days or whatever per
Don't worry, I'm
trimester,
getting him
and
back.
Okay, I
if
know,
you
but
pass that, you
Oracle, I'm getting him back.
automatically fail.
Joker will not win.
Um,
I won't let him.
that really
I'm
threw
starting where
me
he was
off
taken.
because
A
it's
guard
like,
named Frank Bowles attacked
I
him.
don't know. I'm
If
gonna
I
get
find
off
Frank,
of
I'll
that
find your
now,
father.
but
Bruce,
I
hurry,
just wanted to
please.
say that, and that was kind of bringing me back to a fond memory that I still go back to every once in a while. That, like, in 3rd grade, it was a week before Christmas break that I took off. Like, you know when you gain the ability to wake up before your alarm and you kind of feel like a superhero? Uh, so I just, like, mm, so I just turned the alarm off before it could go off, and I didn't wake my mom up, and that was just like a whole that was a whole week that I did that before Christmas break, and then I was able to have those, like, 2 or 3 weeks extra. Well, not that's not the extra. The week before is the extra, and I always felt
Oracle,
great that I
I'm in
was
the
able to
holding
get away
cells.
with that.
I'm setting up a crime
Um,
scene.
So what's the plan?
and
Isolate something in
what
that
was
room
the
and
other
keep to both.
thought? I was thinking about,
Exactly.
like, lame villains. If anybody knew any lame villains that are out there, or heroes or whatever, any powers that just kind of seem useless, uh other than, because I don't know the name of him, but there's this one where they can only shoot 3 cotton balls out of their hand per month, and that's their superpower. But then I was trying to think of some myself, like,
Frank, now Gordon in this room. If I don't find
yeah, I
a way
was
to trap
trying
him,
to.
Gordon could die.
Oh, wow. So, like, is this. Okay. It's just so weird being in 3rd person and all of a sudden going 1st person, and it just
Bowles dropped his
doesn't.
flask. Sloppy.
It
Let's see what the
doesn't,
forensic scanner picks up.
warn you about that, really. It's a very kind of out of body experience. It kind of feels like I'm just a floating robot, like I don't have a
I can
body.
follow traces of alcohol from Frank's
But
bourbon
yeah,
in the
I was
atmosphere.
thinking about powers myself, and
got a
all I
trail.
could think about
That's
was,
great.
like,
You follow it.
kid level
I'm
kind of
grabbing every
things,
reference
like
to Arkham I can find. Maybe useful later.
villains that you feel like you would hear about on Fairly Odd Parents, like Paper Cut Man, where they run around giving people paper cuts, or like a snot person where they just throw their snot at you, or and then my own personal favorite, the Incredible Sitting Man. They sit on you, and that's it. You can't move. That's just the rest of your life now. Um, I wonder what they're gonna do with Deadpool 3. They announced that Wolverine was gonna be in it, but other than that, I'm not sure. And I there are storylines out there where Deadpool has killed the whole Marvel universe, and I don't know why that has happened, but I can definitely see that as funny to him. Like, why not? Why shouldn't I do this? But also, like, how would Deadpool do it? It's like, I know that he can't die and he's a weapons expert, but, like, really, what can he do? Oh, yeah. Do people know that? Like, can he die of old age, or, like, is he just immortal now? because he can't die by any artificial means, but can he die of natural causes? I, huh. Oh, and I've always kind of wondered, like, if, because he has lost parts of himself before in both of the movies that have come out already, and I've always kind of wanted to see if, because he regrows parts of himself, and it makes me wonder if the other things that fell off become their own Deadpools themselves. So can he just do that over and over and
Gordon
just
was
have
taken
like
up
a
to the surface
million
in the elevator.
Deadpools, just an
If I
army
wanna
of
follow them,
himself?
I'll need to do this
And
the old-fashioned
oh wow, now I'm just comparing that to SpongeBob, where he can take his arms off and they just kind of like pop back up. Oh wow. But where am I gonna go now? Where am I gonna go now with that? I hope that they actually do the third movie some justice, and especially because like, it's been kind of shaky since Endgame. Like, only half of the things in the MCU have been good since then. But I hope that they treat Deadpool 3 with the care that it deserves, because, like, the couple that have come out already, it took me 2 or 3 times each of watching them to be able to enjoy them. They weren't what I expected. It felt off in every single part of it. I wish that if I ran into that it would slide, like it would have an automatic oh, no, wait, I want to, oh, alright, it's making me do that. So, if that's the way that I actually need to go, ow, yeah, I just pressed the trigger with that finger that's hurt. I just did that, like, what was it, yesterday or a couple days ago, and, like, at first, it felt like when you're eating something really hot and you burn your tongue, but then since then it's kind of been like, after it stops hurting and the tip of your tongue is numb for like a week. But definitely if I press on it, it's still. So what what use was there for going into this little space? I thought there would be a Riddler trophy or something. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about now. I'll just say, because I've had this on my mind, like, and especially because picking up all the Riddler trophies with a question mark made me think about this whole thing all over again, like an old thought that comes back into my head every once in a while. Have other people realized that questions in and of themselves don't really care about consent? It's like the way that questions are treated. It's like the societal norm that you're like, you don't really have a choice but to answer. You're kind of forced to answer, and like, I can't remember everything that I thought of. I have wanted to talk about this somewhere and debate this, but I just can't. I gotta get my mind working again. It just, like, it starts and it stops. It's like I have I have the brain of an 80-year-old. You've got to be patient with me. What what is this? Stop reading, but I'm not reading anything.
I am the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Through my actions, I have saved this cursed city, though my own curse is to forever remain in the shadows. My story is carved into the very soul of Arkham, and will only be revealed to those dedicated enough to discover it.
But yeah, the whole thing with questions and consent is like, what if you have a neurological disorder or brain damage or whatever, or like a mix of both kinds of things, and like somebody asks you a question and you can't answer, like you don't have the ability to answer questions at certain times, and like people expect you to answer, and even if you can't answer, they expect you to say that you can't answer, which is like in itself answering. So you're kind of trapped in that space, you know? There's nothing that you can really do other than what other people want from you, not, you know, what you... And, like, you know... And then there's also, like, I have been, people have been very aggressive with me with questions before and attacked me with questions, so it's like, when people ask me things, my brain just kind of shuts down a lot of the time, and it's really kind of half and half of whether I'm going to be able to answer you or not. And if it pushes me into that state, I also can't tell you that I can't answer you, and then people start doing the hello, 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 Link, listen. You know, all that rude stuff, the stuff that I was getting really super frustrated about in Cyberpunk. And that's, I don't know, that's probably where that started. That's probably part of the reason why. Because it's like, I don't know. I've always kind of seen questions and the way that people approach questions as an ableist concept.
Please. I've got a kid.
But, like, also, how do you really go about that? Because I also really don't like the whole SJW, like, people asking me if they can ask me things, people asking me if it's okay to do something, like, if... Because I also have the thing where, like, I can't be touched either. But then, like, people that know that, especially the people that have known that for years, they still ask if they're allowed to touch me. And it's like, if you know that you don't have consent, then why do you keep trying to push that envelope? Why do you keep trying to split that veil? I don't know. What, oh yeah, that's right. I did want to test that out, but I didn't know, like, where it was. I completely missed the cue for that.
Little bats are sleeping. Someone finish him off.
A happy finishing? A happy ending? Only from you, Joker. Only from the best. I don't know. Yeah, I know that it, like, got depressing, but I have wanted to talk about that for...
That's not good.
Yeah, that's great.
I know.
Oracle, Joker's men.
The direct approach is suicide. I need to be smart. Find a different way past them.
Joker's men, he's not just one man. When did that happen? But yeah, I've wanted to talk about that and debate that for a while, because it's just like... because it's just like, what exactly do you do for somebody like me that that doesn't really do questions? It is a weird thing to have to deal with, a roadblock in my brain that I can't really like get around sometimes. And you try to teach people those things, and like that's we live in such an ableist centered society that it's just like, you know, you try to teach people but they kind of refuse to learn.
Is on his way. You need to set it. Oh, look who it is.
Oh no,
He is burning.
I had meant to take them down, but I accidentally like kneed them in the butt or whatever.
Maybe I won't. It'll be a
Joker
nice
TV.
surprise.
Wow, my favorite show. And you know, really like if all that he did was making people laugh, like forcing people to laugh, I kind of would be okay with that, because it's like, you know, that's why I'm always trying to make jokes, even if they're the stupid ones, because it's like, it's better to distract yourself and always be smiling than to remember the reasons why you don't. Anyways, I want to move off of this and go to another video. I do have some ideas on how to make things better and all jokey and comedic again, and hopefully it'll carry me to the end of the video, or maybe I'll just like freeze again. Who knows? That's the interesting thing about life. Everything is a mystery. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. I hope that you have enjoyed at least some of this video, and that you will stick around for the ones to come. I will see you tomorrow with more Arkham Asylum.